Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America. I'm Nancy Hetker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And I know today I'm not likely to have so many friends joining me, especially from North America, because we changed times for daylight saving time today, this week on Sunday. And so I'm coming an hour earlier in North America, and you might not find me the way you usually do. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started here, and we'll see who joins in. Today I am doing a 6x6 one-sheet wonder. If you don't know what a one-sheet wonder is, it's where you cut up a piece of designer series paper or cardstock that you have stamped all over, and then use the pieces with different layers to make a series of cards. And this particular one-sheet wonder layout I found on a blog by Mary, I think it's Knabe, K-N-A-B-E, from Ohio. And I made a set of cards using, where's that one? Here we go. Using the flowers for every season. There we go. And there's the cards that I made last night, actually, late yesterday, from this set. She used a different piece of this paper on her set, and I used this one, but I'm going to change it up completely today, and I'm actually going to use a piece of Gilded Autumn. Sorry, I just need to get these back in the right place so that I know what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm going to use a piece of Gilded Autumn, and this actually comes in 12 by 12, but I just cut a piece to 6 by 6 to follow her cutting template. And the cardstock I'm going to use with it today, I'm going to use Cajun Craze for my card bases. And I decided, instead of using any white or very vanilla, because that would be, I think, kind of jarring with these dark colors, I decided to go with, this is Terracotta Tile. And I think that works really nicely with this lighter color. If you don't have the Terracotta Tile from the 2019-2021 in colors, you could also go with Calypso Coral, which you can see it's, again, I love this about Stampin' Up! A lot of times it's all just, see, here's where I don't have art school training. I don't know if it's tone or shade, but it's all in the same color family. It's just lighter and darker. And that, I think, works very nicely for us. So I'm going to get rid of the Calypso Coral because we're not using that. We're using Cajun Craze and Terracotta Tile. And those actually are just samples to show you. So I'm going to put that aside. And I will go ahead and start cutting up this piece of 6 by 6. If you're here with me, please leave a comment and say hello so I know who's here. Okay, my little cheat sheet here. So all of my cutting is going to be in inches. Yeah, so all of my layers are in inches, and then I'm using A4 card bases, which are metric, but this works just fine for what we're doing. And you can do the same measurements on the letter size card bases. So the first cut is at 1.5. And this is where I'm making a change from what she does. She cuts a 1/2 inch off down here, and that's the only discard. I'm leaving it because my A4, or actually they're technically A6 card fronts are longer, so I'm going to leave that for a little bit. And I'm going to put it in the right basket with the other pieces. And so that was 1.5 inches off, and then this is 3 inches off. And then that leaves another 1.5 inch piece. And then this 3 inch piece gets cut into two 3x3 pieces, okay? And then you just need to know how you're going to orient your card, because you're going to cut it into 3 1-inch strips, and you can do it either way since this is pattern dependent. I'm going to take a moment and think about how I'm doing mine, and I'm going to do it this way. Vertically. One. Oh, come here. Two, three. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then this one is going to get cut into quarters. Hi, Paul. I'm glad you found me. So at 1.5. And then 1.5 again. Goes there, and then this one is also going to get cut into quarters. Sorry. Figure out what I'm doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yep, and I just realized I did something wrong. So this was supposed to be cut into quarters. This other one was supposed to be left whole. So I am going to grab another little bit. Of that paper, gild it on up. And cut a 3x3 square, because I messed up. That's okay. I'll make it into another card. Okay, so there's 3x3. That goes there. Like, why am I cutting 2 of them into 4 squares? Okay, back on track. So, let's start with this one. So I'm going to make this card, but in this color scheme. So, that's plenty long. So for my mats, sometimes I'm going to use some terracotta tile. Sometimes I'm just going to use this. This is the brushed metallics gold. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here. We're just going to gold it up today. And this, the only thing about the foil is if you get glue where you don't want it, you can't get rid of it. So that's my caution with this one. See that? I just got glue there. Most of that will get cut off, but in fact, all of it maybe will get cut off, which would be a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to put some more glue on there. And if you wanted to, you could definitely add texture to your card base. Part of the deal with One Sheet Wonders for me is that it's a way to get some really cool looking cards with actually very minimal effort. So I'm not going to do that today. I am going to put that on right to the bottom there. Get it as straight as I can. You can see this one, because I went ahead and cut off that 1/2 inch the way she said right off the bat. I wound up doing a border all the way around, but her original design actually has it going edge to edge. So that's why I didn't trim any of these first. And now what I'm going to do is bring in, where's my guillotine trimmer? Put it out of the way. And now I can't find it, so I'll use my regular trimmer. So when I'm doing things like this, I close up my trimmer and I push the card in up to the blade, and that helps me get, hopefully, through there. Yep. So that's perfectly aligned with the edge there. And I will, now I'm going to do the sentiment, and I'm doing the same sentiment as I did on this one, but I did a little bit of playing around, I can find it now, with ink colors. Oh, come on. I hate it when I'm organized and then I lose my organization. Where did I put it? To show you. Man. I do hate when that happens. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what I did. I played around with various ink colors. Black, I think, again, I'm trying to stay tone on tone and not introduce a lot of jarring. So I thought, well, maybe if I do the Cajun Craze on the terracotta tile, it would show up, and it just, there wasn't quite enough contrast. So I pulled out a couple other colors. I pulled out Mary Merlot and Cherry Cobbler, and I think either one, they're basically the same as they show up, but I went with Cherry Cobbler, and I will show you that it comes out really quite nicely on here. It's just a little bit darker, but it's got that red tone. Well, obviously it's Cherry Cobbler. But it doesn't read so red on there. It just looks darker, but in the same colory tone. So I like that because it's not jarring. I mean, even Memento was jarring, but you know, the black. I didn't want to get into doing gold embossing. I thought that was just too much. And sometimes when there isn't so much contrast, that's hard to read. So I went with the Cherry Cobbler, and I think it works well. I pull out my punch here. This is the Everyday Label Punch. And you all should know the trick by now of keeping it upside down so you can actually see where it's lined up. we go. See, there's the one I did yesterday. Here's this one. We'll use a few dimensionals on the back there. Put that on. And that sentiment is from the Beautiful Autumn stamp set. And we'll go ahead and add a couple of these. I have, yeah, they're just not the right color. I wish these came in one more smaller size. Or I guess they did, didn't they? Wait a minute. Let me see. 4, 5, and 6. What are we doing here? I have another pack of those. Some mornings it takes a little while for the coffee to kick in, apparently. What do you think? Third one? I'm just going to stick with the 2 for now. Okay. So, there's one. Oh, I know. And then, unusually for me, I'm sticking with my theme, and I'm going to put that inside the right on. No jarring white or very vanilla on the inside either. And then writing in a black pen will work just fine. So, there's one. Let's do this one. That one uses the 3x3 square that I cut into strips. So, again, Cajun Craze base. And there's for that. Let me make sure I get it going the right way. Yep. I don't know if you can see, probably on the picture, we've got, this is called brushed metallics foils. And it's got this brushed look to it. You can also, this would work great with the regular gold foil that we carry as well. So this one, I don't know, maybe we'll try tear and tape. I just hate it when I get it sliding and it gets glue on the wrong place. I know what I'll try. I haven't done much with the seal. Let's see how that works. I can prime it and get it going here. If you're here, please say hello. I'd love to know who's watching today. Just trying to get an even border around. And it was, and then it moved. think seal may be the way to go. Oh. Just checking and double checking. Since I sliced them down from one piece, they should, pattern should align. So that's what I keep trying to make sure I'm doing. Hopefully that's straight. And then this one. Okay, that's annoying. Most of my trouble, I'm sure, is that I really haven't used this very much, and so I'm having to, you're getting to watch my learning curve. Because it just handles a little bit different to the snail tape runner we used to have. There we go. And I could just do that, but I decided I wanted to put it on a layer like that, so that, because this is easier to stamp on for one thing, and also it's nice to have the two layers. And I thought about doing Thinking of You again, but this time I decided I was going to do from the set that I got during the sale 2 weeks ago, the Happiest of Birthdays. I got this Happy Little Bit Late sentiment. And since I'm not punching it out, I pulled out my old Stamp-A-Majig to get it lined up just right. And once again, I'm using a surprising cherry cobbler to stamp this. To get same color tone. It reads the same color tone, but a little bit darker and not black. So I got that cleaned up. That can go away, that can go away. My inside piece, and close that. Okay, I know somebody's here and not saying hello. I'm pretty sure, but that's okay. I'm telling you, it felt like summer over the weekend. We had like 28 Celsius, 83 or so Fahrenheit, and sunny, breezy, if not outright windy. It was glorious. And then those winds brought in a cold front, and we are back in the low to mid 50s, and you know, like, what is that, 12 to 14 or something, and wet. It's so foggy today, can barely see past across the street. So I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy with this. little one, medium one. Should be using them up from here. And a big one. So, there are those two. And we'll do this one. So this is the one with the 3x3 square. And I have that here. So we will make that. Going to go on there. So I like to do the stamping first because it's really easy to cut another piece of this if I need it, but I'd rather not blow through all my DSP if I don't have to. So this one, this is Life is So Good with a Friend Like You. I decided I like that one. It fits there so nicely. Hey Paula, I wanted to let you know I'm getting ready to send a parcel back to the States. So if you happen to want to put in a card order, now is the time because I'm going to ship it out in the next couple days, I think. So there's that. But no pressure. I just wanted to let you know because if you do want to order, or if anybody wants to order cards from me, I'll ship them to the States and then you just pay US postage. If it happens when I've got a package going anyway. Okay, so you can see on this one I've got this ribbon, and I don't actually have any well, I don't have any wide gold ribbon, but I decided what I really wanted was the Cajun Craze color. So what I did is I pulled out this metallic gold edge ribbon and my dark Cajun Craze blends, and we're just gonna make the ribbon I want. How's that? The blends dry so fast and color really evenly, all things considered. If I get it going even here, that it works really well for this, I think. And I think that's enough. Yes, that's plenty. So now I can just snip off that bit. Set that aside. I'll be able to use that on my card. So I'm gonna put these together. So if you decide that you want cards, Paula, get back to me and we'll set up a Zoom session or something, and I'll show you what I've got and you can pick stuff out. That's what I did with another one of our friends one day, and it worked really well. Yeah, so now I'm going to take some of the Terran tape and just put it across where I want this ribbon. Really. And I like to burnish it down. And now I can just line up my ribbon where I want it. And yes, I should have stamped that down a little bit, but I'm going with it. And now I can snip. And snip. And now I'm ready ready to layer it on there. So we said Seal was the way to go. This is a little bit heavier, so I'm going to use the Seal Plus, I think. Which I actually like. It applies better, and it's sort of, not sort of, it is perforated. So it lifts off really easily. If I could only buy one, I'd probably do the Seal Plus. Oh yeah, that was awesome. You may say, why do you use the liquid glue if you like that Seal Plus? Well, because in the end, if I'm a little bit crooked, it gives me just enough time that I can nudge it straight. And this one I don't think needs any gold embellishments because it's got the ribbon on there. Yeah, and I'm pleased again with that. I'm reading your comment about the census. Okay, you hear that, Arizona friends? Be sure you're doing your census. I'm pretty sure it's not my friends who haven't done it. I'm sure it's, yeah, some anti-big government people who are holding out. But, and again, I've got a piece of the terracotta tile to go on the inside here. But I will put out a call on Facebook to make sure that my Arizona friends fill out their census. I would do it, but I'm not eligible because I am not living in Arizona. So this is the last of the 4. And she has hers as a full-size card, but I really like it as a square card. So that's how I'm going to do it. And once again, we have these 4 goodies that go on here. The pumpkins go this way. I think it's like that. And 4. Okay, so I'm going to try the Seal Plus on these, see how it goes. Really, I just said how good you were. Come on. Okay, so you were doing really well at not snapping back in there. Let's try that again. Let's see here. Oh, come on. That's the other reason I really like my glue. It doesn't frustrate me, except when I get it where I don't want it. Sorry. Okay. That's going to go on there. Glue. Glue is fast. Glue is easy. Glue this to the inside. And then for the sentiment, I've got this strip. It's 3/4 of an inch wide. Where's my stamp? And I'm doing the just because again. And again, if you're just joining me, this is my surprise color choice today of Cherry Cobbler, because it gives a dark tone on tone to not be jarring on this color scheme. I don't mind the pop of white and black on there. But I wanted to keep it all in the color scheme here. And then I'm using the Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. And I'm thinking I'm going to need this to help. Although maybe not. I'm going to use this side this time, I think. And then on this one I found, even if you get it right down in the groove, it's still really good to come in and make sure that you're aligned on the back side. See, because when I put it through, even though I feel like I'm straight here, it came through crooked on the back. So I'm just going to nudge that into place here. If you do not have a take your pick tool, I encourage you to get it. It's so useful. There we go. Let's see what I've got here. Yep. And a couple of dimensionals on the back of that one. See, I like the smaller ones. I'm not such a fan of the really gigantic ones. It feels lopsided, but it's not. It's just because of how the print is, or how I stamped it. Anyway, there it is. So that gets us today's cards, which are 1, 2, oh my, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you love this one, Paula? Good. Hi, Jack. Jackie. So that's a set of 4 6x6 one-sheet wonder cards. You can use any paper, any color scheme. You can keep it as simple or layered up as you want. Just to show you, again, the ones that I did yesterday in completely different colors. It's yeah, they're fun, they're easy. You get to stretch your brain a little bit if you want to kind of figure out different things like I did today, which was great fun. I'm really, I will say, I'm really very happy with how these turned out. I was wondering how I was going to use these pumpkins, and I'm very pleased with that. So, yeah, that's what I have for you today. I will be back same time, same day next week. I don't think anybody's clock changes between now and then, so hopefully everybody will find me again. I will try to publicize a little bit more about the time change so my friends in the States can find me again. But thanks for joining me. Oh, I know. If you are not on my newsletter mailing list, you want to go to the very top of my Facebook page and click on sign up and do that. Sign up because I'm doing 12 weeks of Christmas project sheets starting tomorrow evening my time, and you will get all 12 if you're signed up by no, I'm sorry, not tomorrow, today my time. So you want to be sure that you're signed up today to get all 12 of them. And if you sign up after that, you will get however many weeks are left. So do sign up, and I will see you here next week. Thanks for joining me. Bye.